So much. Bye. Hello, everyone. This is Sheila with Diamond Painting with Sheila and other stuff. And today I just realized I need to do some kitting down and get some of these kitted down so that I can start filling them back up again with new projects. So I'm going to work on this for a while today, and I thought I'd bring you along while I did it. So let's get started here. This has never been a fun, well, I mean, it is fun, but it's confusing sometimes because the colors vary, and you never want to make a mistake and get the wrong color, because that just is, well, I've had it be a mess. I don't know about the rest of you, but it's been a mess for me. I hate when I have to go back through a bag and try to clean that out, because it is not fun. Not fun at all. And I've had to do that. I've had to try to separate what I put in there that was not the same color. So I try to keep them from getting mixed up if I can, because it's quite a process to undo what you've done. So it's anyway, how's everyone doing today? This is the 2nd of January for me. Hope you're all doing well, and hope none of the bad weather was in your direction. I was fortunate enough it did not affect me, so. But there were states around me that it did affect, and so it sounded kind of nasty out there last night for different parts of the country. And I heard there were several tornadoes in January. So that doesn't sound good at all. So, yeah, we got, that's unusual for January. So, anyway, well, I had a good Christmas, and New Year's Eve was good. I didn't do a lot or anything. I slept the New Year in, actually. I didn't stay up and watch it to come in. I never do usually. When I was younger, I was more excited about that kind of stuff than I am now so much. But I did go over to a friend's house for supper, and I did manage to watch a little, play a little dominoes, which was fun. But did not get anything else done outside of that. As far as New Year's goes, it was just another evening, and so that was okay, and it went in pretty much uneventful. So that's the way we want it. So, and how was your New Year's Eve? Did you have a good time? I hope you did. I hope it was a safe holiday for you. A lot of times people get very foolish on New Year's Eve and feel like they have to party till the cows come home, and that's not the case. As we all get older, of course, we know that. is not the case, and we're smart enough to know that. Some people, though, do not. They never grow up, and they don't realize that they carry things too far, and they let things get out of control. I have never ever understood why a person feels like they feel like they have to get drunk. But there are some people that do, and there are some people who just can't evidently control that. Well, when they have that kind of a problem, then that's when they need to step back and take a good hard look at where their life's going, because that very often means you have a problem, and it's not a very healthy problem. And it's that kind of a problem can ruin your life, and it just isn't worth it. I had that happen to a brother-in-law of mine who for years had that kind of problem. And in fact, it has actually, I think one of his sons also has that problem. I think he's doing well now, but pretty well, or for the most part. My brother-in-law, though, ended up passing away. But he did, the last 12 years of his life, he did realize he had a problem. He did seek help. In the last 12 years of his life, he lived a very good life. But those other years of his life, I mean, it was hard. There's no doubt that took a big toll on his life, and probably had a lot to do with the lessening of his life, because let's face it, when you're a hard drinker, it takes its toll. Our bodies are not made for that. I see nothing wrong with a drink or two. I'm not a prude or anything, but in excess, yes, I do definitely see a problem with that. After all, a drink or two, I have no problem with that in moderation, and a person can be careful and not overindulge in a lot of things. I mean, I think there's a lot that we need to, that people need to be careful about overdoing, and I'm very guilty with the overeating part. I think that's where I think I sit at home too much and think about I don't know, do I call it an emotional eater? I think that's probably it. I noticed that I have this past several months here lately, I have not been eating as much because I have just not had the desire to. But then again, I feel like my emotions are much different than they used to be too. I think when you're an emotional eater, that goes along with worry, stress, boredom a lot of times. But since I've diamond paint, and diamond painting helps fill my boredom a lot. And so, I'm thankful, I guess, for that. And I always am happy to diamond paint. I'm glad that I found this hobby because I do like it so much. And but I don't know. I just don't know why a person is a constant emotional eater, unless maybe they don't have their act together. Unless they're not right with the Lord. If they're, I think sometimes that has something to do with it, don't you? You gotta have everything. You've got to have things together. You've got to have your emotions under control. You have to be able to know that there's things that you just have no control over, and some things you just cannot do anything about. And the best thing to do is not continually worry. I mean, yes, we're all going to be worried to some degree because that's our nature, especially with our children. We're all going to worry to a certain degree about things that, are our children okay? Are they, doing well? Because after all, that's the parent in us. That's part of raising our kids and loving our children. We love our children unconditionally, and we want the best for them. So of course we worry about them and their health and their well-being. That's just normal. But a person can be too much of a worrier. I stopped watching the major news because I don't want to watch all that stuff. I think it can be very stressful. So I quit watching it, and I don't regret it. Yes, I follow along on the new. I have the news channel. I do pop in and pick up the daily what's going on for the day type stuff, morning headlines, I guess you'd call it, or whatever. But I don't sit and ponder and struggle and worry about them not a necessary thing for me to do, because I feel like God's in control. He's going to take care of things whether I worry about them or not. And he has always told us, if we read our Bible, place your burdens upon me. He wants to do the worrying. He doesn't want you to worry. He wants to do the worrying for you. And he walks beside you every day. So let's let him do the worrying. That's what he wants to do. That's part of what God is all about. He is there for you. So, I love my God, my Lord and Savior, handle the major worry, and I take care of the minor worry that I might have a minimal amount of control over. or not necessarily control over, but some say in. So that's just how it goes. And I don't get too far into politics as far as politics goes. Yes, I vote. I've voted since I was 18. I feel that it's a privilege to vote as a citizen of this country, and I believe highly in that. We should vote, and that if you don't vote, you don't have a right to complain, because being a citizen of this country, that is your right to do, vote, and you should do it. But I don't believe in carrying politics to the point that you get mad at your friend because they didn't vote your way. I don't believe in that stuff at all, because every one of us has the right to vote the way we want to vote. We should not have to vote the way our friend votes just to have them as a friend. No, that's not how life is, or that should not be how life is, and it won't be how my life is. That's for sure. I will vote my own way, because I will not have a friend that dictates that to me. That's for darn sure. And if I have a friend that tries to tell me to do that, well, then I guess we won't be friends very long. And that's sad, but that's true. Why would you want to make your friend vote, give them a stipulation that they can't be your friend if they don't vote the way you want them to? Now that's kind of silly. That's not friendship. Not friendship at all. That to me is a different color. So, yeah, I just would not do that, and I won't have a friend that tries to tell me to do that either. So, we vote however we want to vote. But the important thing is we vote. I'm all for voting. Yeah, we may vote wrong once in, who's going to say we make the right choice every time? We may not. But then again, so we don't. That is, I guess, the way politics is, how do we know with each one of these people that they're telling us the truth? We don't. And we have found that out recently in this last election, which, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and I will defend that too, because that's my right. We had no good candidates for this last election, and that's been that way on other occasions, on other elections. Yeah, they were the same. And so therefore, this isn't the first time it's been that way. And the time before that, the person we elected, I didn't feel was a good candidate. So, the last two elections, we have not had good choices, presidents. We have not had a good president. We have not. I don't know what is keeping us from the good people out there. Well, I do, because I think that the good people out there are just too far, too few, and they just don't want to be involved in politics, because they know politics is so messed up, and it's ridiculous. Politics, government, Congress, all of that is actually kind of a joke sometimes. It's just, I don't know why it is that way, but it has lost something over the years, and it needs to be found. Whatever it is, it needs to be found, because we are not going in the right direction. That is for sure. We are in trouble, big trouble. But then, we have to, when we vote, we have to go with the lesser of two choices. So, or the best of two choices, I guess is how you want to put that. So that's how to me, that's how I vote. And sometimes, I do not want to vote party because I know people say, well, this party is this way or this party is that way. And if you vote just for this party, you're messing up because this party is better than the other party. I don't necessarily agree with that because I think parties lie. I'm sorry. They profess to be good or they profess to be this way or that way. But the people inside the party, the people that get elected for that party, they don't necessarily follow party lines. They don't necessarily do the party thing. I guess I don't know exactly. I mean, they stay within a certain amount of the guidelines, I think, because they probably have to. But to a point, I'll put it that way. To a point, they do. That doesn't mean they, they can stay silent on something and not do anything about it. Even though they voted for that party, as that party, on that party ticket. There's ways of getting around it, let me tell you. Just so they can say that they're a member of that party, they can still not be trusted. There's too many of them out there that are not necessarily honest. I'm sorry. So I don't go party, and I just have to try to do my best as choosing somebody by the individual, because both parties are bad. Neither party is completely good. And I don't think we'll ever find that either. So that's just the way it is. I have voted. I will say I've voted both parties. So I voted even independent because I have found neither party very good. No good choices. So, what do? I try to choose the better of the individuals, and that's the way I'll continue to do it until I die. That's it. But I at least vote, and I have voted since I was 18. So, I have the right to complain if I want to about anybody that I feel like I want to, whenever I feel like I want to vote or complain, because I do exercise my right as a citizen by voting. So I hope all of you guys get out there and vote, even though it's discouraging. I hope you do. It's good to do that anyway. So, well, I think I spent enough time on that because I think that's a terrible subject to get on. And it never solves anything anyway. But let's see, this is January. Oh, we got a lot of winter ahead of us. A lot of winter ahead of us. So everybody just get out them warm winter clothes and be prepared. I think that one's okay. Some people wonder why I am saving all of these. Well, they've come in handy when I've needed them. There's been a time or two over the past 2 years where I have run short a little on drills, and having this backup system really has been a lifesaver, because I didn't have to sit and wait until I either ordered more drills or I waited on somebody to send me some drills. So yeah, it's been very handy to have. Plus, I'm trying to build up a supply of leftover drills so that I can do a heaven and earth design, which I do eventually want to do one. I have not ever started one because they are rather a large project, but I will be wanting to do one, and I will do one eventually. It's just that I need a lot more drills, I think. And when I decide which one I want to do, then I will get more involved in that, and then I'll figure out how many drills I need to do it. So anyway, I'm going to just keep building my stash until that time, and it'll be more beneficial for me to do it that way. So I don't know if I'm sure most of you have heard about the heaven and earth design, so I won't go into that with you, but when the time comes, we will have a big discussion on that, because I'm really kind of anxious to start that or to do that project one day. And another project I want to do is a custom project, and I'm really, really excited about that. I'll probably do one of those before I do heaven and earth. So that also may require extra drills that I have on hand. So yeah, there's a reason why I'm saving these, and I think they'll pay off in the end, because I mean, why throw them away? You know, it makes no sense to throw them away. Look at all these extra ones you're left with. I mean, yeah, and I've had a couple projects that I've had in the past that I've had like maybe one or two colors that I've run short on. I don't know if I was just shorted or if it was because of spillage, because I do spill once in a while. I'm not sure, but I've run out, and thank goodness I've had extra in my stash to replace that. And so, you know, yeah, that's been very, very good, very helpful. So, so anyway, It does seem like an extra amount of work, and it is a little bit, but it pays off in the end. So okay. Getting this one almost done here, and I think I'll probably stop with this one because it's going to take me a little bit longer, and I decided I'm not going to do such long videos for a little while until I've had some time to check out my laptop a little further to be sure it's doing better or running the way it's supposed to be. I've had such a terrible time in the past with it that I want to make sure, you know, that that it's going to be okay. So I'm going to try to limit the length of them for now. Okay, we'll set that one aside. Okay, I'm going to set a few of those off to the side because I do not have baggies for those. I've got some baggies ordered, so they'll be coming in the mail soon. So we'll be waiting on them, and I'll have to do those then when those baggies come. So that'll be good. Okay. So we'll just put those back in there for right now, and we'll just catch them when they come, and they'll be here by Friday. So okay, so that's where I'm going to stop on this video for today, and we've kitted down now, so I've got one container that I know I can go ahead and start working with and at least get something kitted up. So I will work on these other projects on another day, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by today, and will you please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and also I would appreciate it if you hit the notification bell. That way you'll never miss a video when I get ready to send out another one. It's been a pleasure joining you today. I hope you come back and join me again soon. We're starting off the new year, and I wish for many happy things to happen for you all in the new year. Hope you'll be safe and have a healthy new year, and God bless everyone. We'll see you all the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.